What's going on, Pisces? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Pisces, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah, like that wave there, Pisces. I feel like that could have been a little bit better. Okay, let me stop doing the wave in front of you. But Pisces, with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, Pisces, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Pisces. So what I'm going to do, Pisces, is pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, a newer one. I've been loving it so far. Hope you'll like it too. And then I'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, Pisces, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Oh, look at that. Interesting. And in case of y'all were curious, Pisces, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, Pisces, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group. I think you really enjoy them. But let's talk about this card here, Pisces, because you have the Enchanter card here. And this is a card of deception and trickery. And, you know, Pisces, I feel that we want to... I feel like this is an energy where we definitely want to just be mindful of any sort of deceptions, any sort of mind games, any sort of gaslighting, whatever that is. You know, I feel like there's... Trust your intuition. You are very powerful, intuitive, Pisces. You know, you're borderline psychic. But I do feel that the trickiness with your energy is part way because you are Neptune ruled, and you know, depending on who you ask, like I personally think you're cool enough to have two rulers there, but Jupiter and Neptune. But that Neptune influence is a tricky one because there can be Neptune doesn't have any boundaries and has this love for all and this trust for all, and you know, wanting to see the best in others, and where that is very beautiful, Pisces. You know, it is there's some instances where that may not always be true, and there may be just like, and your energies have been just kind of on and off about this for a little bit, as far as like people maybe trying to pull a fast one on you, or maybe thinking that you don't see what's going on there, Pisces. And I feel like that maybe even for some there might even be this, maybe something happens and then, you know, initially we're upset, and then this person manages to kind of maybe sweet talk their way. This could be a friend, maybe this is a lover, maybe a family member, but manage to convince you that like, oh, maybe we'll change this time. But then the same type of stuff, you know, they'll keep the facade up for a moment and then it just falls away again. And so I feel like that's one thing we want to be mindful of there, Pisces. But two, just because like when you start getting into talking about your energy or with like 12th house placements, that can get even into, because you know, Neptune also deals with like escapism and things, and I feel like we want to be mindful of things that alter our perception in a way, or gets us in this sort of like where we're, because this Enchanter card is air energy, and anything I feel like that alters your mind, or you know, you just want to be, not that you can't enjoy yourself, Pisces, but just be mindful of that. But let me get some tarot on this, Pisces, and get some details. let's see what's going on here, Pisces. Alright, so you have the Five of Disc, the Queen of Disc, the Prince of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Three of Cups, and then the Knight of Wands here. And I feel with this energy, Pisces, because first when the Prince of Disc, or excuse me, the Knight of Disc popped up here, I feel like there was this energy of just being careful too about as far as like jumping into something too fast. You know, whether this be some sort of agreement or maybe some sort of contract. Just being mindful of that, just because, or just any sort of like, because even here with this Five of Disc, Queen of Disc energy, there's something here about our resources in a sense that like maybe some people try to tell you that you have to go through this because otherwise you're going to run out of all the, you know, maybe with all where the economy is, it's just like maybe you run out of money, or maybe there's this, maybe someone tried to play off your health, or whatever this is, Pisces. I do feel like there's some secrecy, or there's some it's like something is not being fully, even if it's not like a full out lie per se, there's even like this line by omission even that's coming through there. Like we're not getting the full story even with this Prince of Cups here, because this is for me, it's a Scorpio energy, and he's got yeah, something's being bottled up here, Pisces. And yeah, and even because the only other reading that kind of came across is Gemini had something similar to this. Like it's kind of looking out for some sort of like cutthroat type of energy, but yours could even be maybe even some stuff that we might even be kind of playing on ourselves there, Pisces. Maybe we might be in this sort of like you know, telling ourselves like having this worry as far as like one thing that's going on here, but then something else is even happening. And that, it's very interesting, Pisces. But and you know what? Because that's interesting that you got the Eight of Cups here, because this is one of your cards, Saturn in Pisces, and depending on when you're watching, the Saturn is getting ready to go direct on Saturday, and the 4th of November, and you know there's going to be this test of like emotional boundaries and things that I feel like are coming through. So even with the Three of Cups, just I almost feel like there's something here about just kind of keeping to yourself a little bit here, Pisces. You know, like embody that Prince of Cups, and not necessarily that we're just being mindful of what you're saying and to whom you're saying it to. And yeah, it's a very, very, very interesting energy that's coming through here, Pisces. But, and there may even be for some that we might even need to think about maybe letting go of some of this, whatever this deception is, or this enchanter, or whatever, you know, that's whatever's got you beguiled, Pisces. You know, I feel like it is slowing down your progress here, because the Eight of Cups can also be a card of indolence, you know, things that affect us, getting in the way of our abundance. And so yeah, just pay attention to that, Pisces, especially if we're doing some stuff, I feel like, with any sort of like financial type of things, you know, whether it be maybe signing up for a house, or maybe even like reading the fine print of like a job, or anything along those lines. You know, just kind of make sure that we're doing some research, and if we're not sure, then, you know, maybe talking with someone to get more information on whatever this is that you might be doing. So all right, Pisces, I think that's all I got there. So let's go ahead and let's get some tea, and let's get another oracle. right, Pisces. So you have the Sentinel card in reverse. And this is a card of determination and certainty. And this is fascinating, Pisces, because I feel that there is this sort of like hesitant energy that's coming with this Sentinel card. Maybe there's this may be some sort of like maybe I'm getting this energy again. It's just like of being mindful of like what we're trying to, like what we're determined to make happen here. Like it's because this could be maybe like a trying to start a certain relationship that, but there's this lack of because our boundaries or our walls don't feel as our moves don't feel as certain here, and it seems like maybe we're kind of using this like Knight of Wands energy, sort of like kind of moving. It's like we're moving around. For the example that I'm getting, or it's like if we just got out of a relationship, let's say, and that doesn't feel like the greatest example, but hang with me, Pisces. It's like we got out of a relationship, and it's like we're not. No, that doesn't quite feel right. Let me get some tarot on this, Pisces. Let me see if I can help me find the words to this, because this is a very lot of confusing energy that I feel like is coming through here. It's like, and it's almost like that we're question. It's like someone. It's like someone is telling you that this is the way to go, and they're expressing it with this passion and this drive, but you're not quite reflecting that. But we're uncertain about this, but we're trying to convince ourselves that it is like that. Oh, of course this has to be right. Like, why would such and such lie to me, or like like something along those lines. But or it could even be that we may be even trying to convince ourselves to go down a certain type of path here, Pisces, but it's like we're trying to like fool ourselves into a sense that this is what we want, and but this, because the Eight of Cups can also be a card of indolence, and it's like we're trying to tell ourselves one thing, but our actions don't match our words in a sense, and it's just like there's that certainty is not there. But let me finish up getting the rest of your cards. Interesting. What's up, girl? Very interesting. So you have the Two of Disc, the Four of Disc, the Ace of Cups, the Death card, the Empress, and then the Hierophant. And I feel with this energy, Pisces, it's like I feel like there's something here that's wanting to change, that's wanting to, because the flow of energy doesn't quite feel right, and it's like it's like maybe even for some it's just like we're confused, maybe even as far as like the path that we're needing to take it. We don't have that thing that we feel like steadfast to, or feel. I might need to get a little bit more with that Two of Disc, but something doesn't quite feel like the foundation doesn't feel strong, and this could be in where we're going on our journey. This could be maybe even the people we're interacting with. Like something here is, I feel like, kind of clouding, making things kind of cloudy and kind of hazy here. And there's a, I feel like, a need to, and maybe this uncertainty has got you just getting into like this reactive sort of energy here, Pisces. But with the Hierophant, I feel like there's a need to kind of slow down and kind of process what's going on here, because I might even need to get a little bit more of the Empress, because something is even... Let me get a little bit more on these two before I get into that. Let me start with the Two of Discs. Yeah, but there's a clarity that's missing here, Pisces, and there's something that is getting in the way of that. That's preventing you from changing, you know, from changing, gaining, like, getting this sense of abundance. Like, it's even because the Hierophant is Taurus energy, and it's like, you know, Taurus deals with that security and foundation. And that's interesting that you got opposite signs there with Taurus and Scorpio, the Death card popping up there. But it's like, and there's clarity. So interesting. Now let me get a little bit more on the Empress. Sorry, I'm like all over the place, and that's what this energy feels like here, Pisces. And there's Neptune. Let's see, Hanged Man. Interesting, huh? Alright, Pisces. Let's start with the Two of Discs, because the Two of Discs is clarified by the Ace of Swords. And I feel like there's like a way of how we've been operating, like, needs to be changed. I almost feel with, for some of this is people, there's this level of discernment that that's needing to come through here. And okay, that makes more sense. Because I feel this level of discernment that's coming through here, because the Empress is clarified by the Hanged Man and the Hermit. And I feel that the Hanged Man can be like a card of sacrifice. The Empress is just mad, all this abundance and nurturing energy that comes through. And I feel like there's this energy of reflecting on, with the Hermit here, where we're giving our energies out to, in a sense, you know, where we're kind of pouring our cups into, because I feel with the Ace of Cups is like this well is running dry, and it's like we're uncertain as far as to, like, where is that leak that's coming through there, like, that's because even with this Four of Disc here, that's like even tapping into your reserves, tapping into your sense of power, in a sense. And yeah, Pisces, I feel like there's something here that's needing to be, or that's wanting to, that needs to, we need a, I wish I had more words for this, because I'm like, yeah, something is getting in the way of your path here, Pisces, and this might be, I think I'm going to leave that there, Pisces. Yeah, I wish I had more words for that, but I feel like I'm trying to force it. So yeah, I hope that made sense. But let me see if this last Oracle card here kind of gets things, kind of brings a little more clarity here. Yeah? Alright, Pisces, interesting. So you have the Founder card in reverse. And this is a card of foundations and community. And the fact that it's in reverse, Pisces, you know, something is not... I almost feel like that there's this, either there's this need to kind of question maybe what we've, how, like as far as like if this is relationships, what has that foundation been built upon, or if this is with a, or just even doing some internal stuff in general, even because something feels really off, and that's like it's really needing to change. Like this could be a number of things that maybe even something that we're kind of keeping hidden away from others, even with this Prince of Cups, or maybe there's just this energies of like either we're keeping something bottled up here, or there's like others keeping things from you. And let me get some tarot on this, Pisces, and see what's going on with that. Because I even feel with that Five of Disc, it's like maybe for some we might even be worried about facing something in a sense, just because we're not sure how that change is going to affect you. So it's better. It's almost like we're choosing to, almost in a sense, like make peace. To almost make peace with. It's like we're fooling ourselves in the sense of like, that everything is fine, but let's see what's going on here, because you have the Four of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Art card, Sagittarius, and then the Tower here. Let's switch back over, Pisces, because the Seven of Cups. This is like my prelude to a devil moment, and see how this card is just like a swamp, and I feel like there's something like this, like gunking up this in our relationships, or in like maybe even in our jobs, or something here. Because I mean, to get the Tower, Mars energy, and then one of their signs they rules, Scorpio. Both those cards are energies of change, and I feel like it's like there's a need to see something for what it is. Otherwise, this Tower is going to come crashing down. It's going to catch you off guard more than it's not to get you scared, but it's just to get you thinking. As far as just like what, if you're uncertain about some situations or some people, there's a need to explore that and find out what that is, so that we can bring a sense of peace to this. Kind of meditate. And even for some others, I feel like there might even be even this like internal maybe conflict that's going on here with the Art card. It's like there's this opposites. The fish are not in alignment, and they're going against each other. And we may even need to just even think with that, how that Founder card is a card of community. Maybe even we need to reach out to like someone in like our sphere, like our community, someone who we trust and things, and with being vulnerable and talking about some of that stuff. But yeah, this is very curious energy here, Pisces. And I do feel with the Art card, that can be a card of balance. And yeah, but something doesn't feel, yeah, something doesn't quite feel right, Pisces. And I feel like you it's like you sense it too, but I'm just like not sure if we're dragging our feet on it, or if we're worried about facing it, or what that is. But what I like to say with towers, I like to think that higher self likes to, there's certain things that, of course, that are situations that happen that we need to rise up and go to the occasion there. But I feel like for the most part, tower moments are usually higher self tries to keep them internal. Deals with like, especially when it comes to like our personal changes. And but if we resist these changes, or get involved in some sort of like this deceptive type of energies, then That's a tricky place to be, Pisces. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, and I hope that that made sense. But that was a slightly confusing reading there. Like, yes, something is, but I do feel like that. Get eyes on it, Pisces. We're gonna have a lot of healing to do with the Empress being here, but hmm. Hmm. But if anything resonated with you, like that, Pisces, maybe someone might be even dealing with, but give it a thumbs up and share this, Pisces, if you know someone who doesn't quite have eyes on something. Because I feel like the tower's been going around a little bit. And I feel like there has been quite a bit of, now that I'm kind of reflecting on the readings that I've done, I want to say there's been some tower energy going on there. So just something, just something to pay attention to there, Pisces. But and then subscribe there, Empress. Hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each week. Let's shift gears. And then last little thing, if you got any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to my other channel, the Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and you've been popping up a little bit there. I've been talking about how you're the moon, Pisces. How you end up being the moon is beyond me, but it's fine. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Pisces. And you got the Magus card here, which is the Magician. And I feel that, the Magus can be a trickster too. I feel like it's careful what's being manifested around you, and whom you're communicating with and where your thoughts are at, because Mercury deals with our communications, our thought process, even kind of like Mercury deals with like our early childhood learning as well, and that's even health. It's another one, considering they rule over Virgo, but there might even be something from like an earlier foundation that has, it's like this self-deceptive or deception type of going on here, or but definitely be mindful of any sort of tricksters or people who kind of try to maybe pull a fast one there, Pisces. But let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out of here. And not that I'm not trying to make you paranoid or anything. This is just like more so someone that you've noticed for a while that you think, or maybe you've heard from some people that might be taking advantage of you in a sense, but it's just like either we're choosing not to see it or whatever that is. But just pay attention to the signs there, Pisces. Yeah, again, I just feel like just a more kind of like from an observing type of standpoint there, but let me see what your oracle card is. Interesting. This card's been going around a lot too. More frequent than I would feel like for this deck, but you got the Truth Be Told card here, Pisces, and I really feel like a truth is getting ready to come out here, especially since we're in Scorpio season. Scorpio season brings the dark stuff up to light, and truth be told, Pisces, there's some shenanigans I feel like going on in this with this energy that's coming through here. But I am also getting this energy too for some, especially if this is something where we may be kind of tricking ourselves in a sense. Like telling ourselves everything's okay when really something's not okay. I do feel like how this window is open here, Pisces. We need to kind of air that stuff out. Not necessarily maybe telling someone, but maybe even just like admitting to yourself or talking with your guides or journaling this stuff down, meditating on this. But if we keep get in this routine of fooling ourselves or allowing others to befool us, then it's just gonna again slow down the journey. And that's interesting, this Truth Be Told. It's the 14th card. That's the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. And Sagittarius, they're a sign about honesty. That's a big thing for Sagittarius energy. So they where some will say they're blunt, but they're honest. And I do feel like there's a bluntness that may even need to be done, whether this is a person kind of facing them like, hey, I see you. you know, or maybe looking at yourself and Pisces just like, hey, I see you. What's going on? You know, and come with compassion, especially if this is something that we're maybe noticing in ourselves, but I think I'm going to leave that there, Pisces. So just something to think about. A lot to think about. I feel like with this energy coming through, but you stay safe out there. You know, like pay attention to just what people are telling you, paying attention to other the actions and words and body language. You know, just be observant and to just check in with yourself as well, because you did, you know, having the Hermit here, Hanged Man. Yeah, just take a little time and be with yourself there, Pisces. Maybe getting out in nature, maybe something to clear your head, and you raise your vibration through the roof to Venus, to Mercury, to Neptune. Just raise your vibration. And that's interesting too, that we were talking about that. That Neptune would pop up, and Neptune deals with that deceptive energy, that imagination, that's dreams and fantasies, and so just pay attention to that, Pisces, okay? And I will catch you on the next one. Later.